Okay.
Is it working?
It's good, yeah. We're here to see if we can settle this dispute between Mr. George Walker and Sadat Musa and see what we need to do to solve these issues and problem. That's why I bring Attorney Albert Basberg with me.
And we want George's cooperation in our pending case in the federal court.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Why don't you explain it to us?
There's
I mean, this settlement is not going to depend on me doing anything about any other case.
Well, you're not a party to this case, of course.
I don't know that. I'm just saying I
Yeah.
don't know what the story is.
no.
Sure.
That we're gonna put your name as a witness in this case, as attorney. A member of a state bar was hired, and he was blocked by the court and by the court-appointed defender. I submit all this information to the court. I did submit what they did, which day appear in court, and they just blocked me from hiring private attorney, which is Mr. George Walker. You cash the check. You was hired. You appear in court on February 22nd, 2010. The court and the court-appointed defender kept me outside of the courtroom, so I have no contact with you. On March 8, 2010, in open court, I fired Attorney Maurice Ishel, and I said I filed complaint to the state bar. I have document and court transcript of it. I remember you came to the court. You were sitting with the lady. She was wearing a red. I seen this lady somewhere. I know this lady have some government position, higher government position, and you bring that lady with you to witness and see what those judges doing. What happened? Judge Mary Morgan asked you to approach the bench, all attorney, include Attorney George Walker, and she asked you to leave the courtroom and not take my case. And this is clear. This is what happened. They denied me the right to hire an attorney. They denied me of all my constitutional rights. But in addition to all of this, they poisoned my food in custody. This is a crime.
Did what?
They poisoned my food in custody.
Who did?
The sheriff deputies.
What proof do you have of that?
I have medical record.
Oh, okay.
I have medical record. After they try everything,
Who's
they didn't.
handling your case now?
Well, I just substituted in for him.
For who?
For Sadat. He filed pro per.
Oh, did he? Okay.
And he's seeking, it's a 1983 type of case where his civil rights have been affected and so forth. But I think it's important that you point out to George that you're not seeking anything from him or against him.
I'm not seeking anything from George Walker, but clear and true testimony under oath in the federal court. And to say what happened.
What's that got to do with what we're doing now in terms of settling this dispute for fees?
We're gonna settle this dispute for fee. How much
do you want?
I want my whole money.
How much is that?
$2,500. The same money the $2,500, the one we pay you.
Yeah, but I did some work.
Yeah, but Mr. George Walker, you remember when attorney was asked to leave the courtroom, you supposed to go to the Commission in Judicial Performing and report this misconduct. You did not in this case. You are a member of the court. At this point, you are a member of the court. You should went to the Commission in Judicial. You left me for these guys to convict me. And what happened? That I survived this conviction in food poisoning, and now I'm suing these guys. I'm not suing you. I'm not gonna sue you. I want you to testify and say what happened exactly in this case. I remember exactly what happened. That this is a serious case. The district attorney and the sheriff, they spent millions of dollars in this case just to convict me. All these judges involved in this case, they removed to retirement. Judge Donna Little, Judge Mary Morgan, Judge Kevin McCarthy, Judge Patrick Mahoney, all these judges involved in this case, they removed to retirement. I mean, this is unconstitutional to deny the people the right to hire an attorney. This is one of one of little violation of what they exactly did.
What do your records show, George?
Well, I made three appearances plus an hour visit with him while he was in custody. Plus that, I spoke to members of his family in terms of what was going on. I spent considerable time. I mean, if you just give me 3 appearances, I'll settle for that.
Actually, you have the check already. You write the check under my name a couple months ago, and I refused to settle this case. I'm not settling this case because of the money. I'm settling this case because I want to save you from the state bar and the legal malpractice, because I think malpractice should apply to you at this point, because you ignored your client and left him to be convicted, and that's clear and shows.
I never became your client.
So you was not hired by me?
No.
You was never hired?
Oh, you were hired.
No. I'm sorry. You was never hired by me, Mr. George Walker. Did I hire you or not?
Yes, but the point was, excuse me.
Mr. George Walker, you admitted to me in.
Do me a favor.
Yeah, give George a chance.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Previously, you admitted in an audio tape, and you said the court blocked me. I was blocked by the court.
I'm not going to get into that at this point. All I know is I made 3 appearances in the courtroom, which means traveling from here to that area and back, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So just a reasonable fee for those 3 appearances, all I'm asking.
See, the problem is not money, Mr. George Walker. The problem is a principle. The problem is attorney, and in this situation, in this matter, he should went and exhaust other remedy when they denied him the right to take his client case. You are well-known attorney. You've been an attorney for 50 years. You know the law better than me and anyone. I mean, I do not have to address these issues. I think we should. I mean, I'm just saying 2,500. I should say maybe 2,500,000 instead. You know, because
But not yeah.
Mr. Alpert, you didn't know what George Walker did exactly. George Walker left me for those guys to convict me. Otherwise, he will act as a.
No, what happened was we were talking about fees. I said 15,000.
No.
You didn't come.
No. When you came and visit
Let
me,
me talk for a moment.
mm-hmm. Mr. George
I
Walker.
have a note here, and
This is after you came and visit me. You start writing the notice again, because you came and visit me. You said, "I'll take the case for $5,000." I sent my brother-in-law to your office. They give you the check for $2,500, and you went and you're supposed to take the case. Then you visit me again because you don't want to take the case, because you know there's conspiracy in this case and you don't want to be involved.
I know and don't know.
I mean, I'm just giving you.
Okay, you want to settle it? Here's a check for $2,500, a release of all claims. Sign it. We're out of here.
Okay.
And then, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can talk about the other area afterwards. I don't want to be coerced in that area. You hear what I'm saying to you?
Like the federal lawsuit. If you want to come and testify.
Excuse me. Did I give you the right one there? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
You know, what those defendants did is a crime against humanity. And I did report this to the FBI, by the way. Why you think Barack Obama keep coming back and forth to the San Francisco almost every week? Because we are in deep corruptions.
We got 2 of them here. You just
Yeah. Just one to sign. One to sign it and get out of here.
Okay, let's see. So,
Talk about the other after.
so are you gonna come and? I mean,
Well, if he's subpoenaed, he has to come and testify, but of course he has to tell the truth.
yes.
I mean, you can't, you're not permitted to get a commitment out of a witness to testify in a particular way unless it's the truth.
Exactly. I'm not.
You can't agree to that, and I can't allow him to.
Mhm.
I can't allow you
No. Exactly. I'm not telling him to.
That's all you're asking.
No. Yeah. I just want to remember George Walker on March 8, 2010, when the judge, Mary Morgan, asked you to approach the bench?
Listen, I'm not going to discuss that case at this point.
No, but I just want to ask you. You went to the district attorney office. You went to the district attorney, you left the court, you went to the district attorney office, and you never come back to the courtroom. Even Judge Mary Morgan opened the door and said, well, we don't want Attorney George Walker now to consider that we kick him out from the courtroom. That's what Judge Mary Morgan mentioned. This is all on record, though. Even Attorney Maurice Ischel himself refused to release the case to you. I know you called him 3 times, you appeared in court 3 different occasions. They still refuse to release the case to you. But appeal should be reverse, because they said you wasn't hired, and you admitted you was hired, and I know you was hired, and the person refers to you, he's your client for years. So Mr. Walker, you was hired in this case, and the court blocked you from taking my case.
Do you want to sign this and so we can get rid of this part of the case?
Okay. So what is this? Okay, let me see. I said that Musa declared under penalty of perjury, I paid George Walker $2,500 in connection with number of jailhouse conference with me and number of special appearings he made on my behalf in connection with People versus Sadat Musa. A fee dispute has arisen with regard to the value of this service provided to me by Mr. Attorney George Walker. In consideration of the payment of to me of $2,500 by Wells Fargo cashier check number 000100633 from Mr. George Walker, I hereby release all claim I have against Mr. Attorney George Walker arising out of this fee dispute. I declare under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct. Exceeded in San Francisco, California in June.
Why don't we change that down there? It's the wrong date, okay?
Yeah. I mean, to pick up a 12 jury all man and 3 alternative all man, all white, and to convict someone, the Attorney General of the state of California admitted that those 4 jury should be dismissed from
There you are.
should be dismissed
From jury service.
but they kept him to convict me, and they admitted this. But what make it interesting, the Court of Appeal ruled on some issues, and some issues did not rule. So they kept the case hanging. So, and we take it to the Supreme Court, potential for review. They denied it.
Yeah.
So now I exhaust all my remedy through the state.
That's right.
You know. But anyway, Mr. George Walker, I'm gonna go ahead and sign this and release it, right?
Yes.
Because I know I am not gonna run after you. I know you are a good attorney. I know the people who refers to you.
Well, he's a good man.
He is
character
exactly,
fine.
and that's why I
His
like
reputation is excellent.
exactly. Attorney George Walker is good attorney, and
He
the
will
people.
be helpful to a jury if he's subpoenaed and testifies.
That's what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna ask him to lie. I'm just
Correct.
gonna ask him to say the truth and a true statement of the case, how this case was proceeding under his vision.
Correct.
Okay.
There's the check.
Okay.
Now that check, we were here on in June of 12, right?
Yes.
So the date
Okay.
might be stale then.
The date is the check is okay,
Oh.
but the date was
Oh,
June what
Of last year.
June
last year,
Because
June.
because at that time we settled it. We agreed that this should be the settlement
I didn't
concept.
even know him then.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have personnel check actually?
What?
Do you have because this has 6 months limitation actually.
They'll
All
probably
cashier
replace
check.
it if they want the bank replace it.
Of course.
Yeah.
If they don't, I'll give it.
Yeah.
I'll give
Okay,
it cash.
okay, that's fine. That's fine. This is not an issue. So,
Why don't you make a copy of that release so we can have one?
yeah,
I'm
please.
sorry, I thought-
Leave it a blank one, it's okay. Okay, thanks.
Here, let me sign it.
Oh, you don't have to sign it. I'll just change the date on this.
So, what I'm trying to say, Mr. George Walker, this case should be reversed because of complete denial of constitutional right. Where in history of this country the court blocked attorney from taking his client case? Where? I never heard of this. I even told Judge Lepore on message yesterday. I told her about the jury, how
You
they.
mean the commission, the judge in our case?
No. I
She's a
Elizabeth.
magistrate.
Yes, Elizabeth Lepore.
She's handling this case.
She's handling this
Yeah.
case. Yeah, I called her chamber yesterday and I left her some information.
They don't allow people to,
Yeah.
litigants to talk to them.
Yeah. I just because I told them Attorney Albert Prosberg will take over the case.
She's going to instruct me to ask you not to call her directly.
Yeah, I don't know. They call me and ask me now. I have to proceed through you. So that's the whole case, Mr. George Walker. I want to thank you for your business and for your honesty too.
Okay.
I did sign this. I did sign it. By the way, you remember when you visited me the first time? This is where we agreed $2,500. $5,000. You get payment $2,500. My brother-in-law came and paid you the $2,500. You appear in court. You call Maurice Ishel. He refused to release the case. But you visit me after you acknowledge there is conspiracy of this case and you want to leave this case because you cashed the check. You ask it for $15,000. So I just want to let you know where the $15,000 came from, so you remember where exactly.
I didn't get 15,000.
No. You asked for $15,000 to
Yes.
take the case after you was hired and cashed the check. But I'm not going to talk about this because I just signed this declaration. I'm not going to suit you, so you didn't have to worry about this. So this is a serious case. This is a constitutional violation, and those notice you write there appear after we signed the contract and you're supposed to take the case. You came, you visit me after the court blocked you, then you said, oh, I want $15,000 because the court blocked you and you don't want to take the case, that's why. But you already signed up the case, and that's the whole idea. Another thing, what I mentioned, if you take any check from a client over $1,000, you're supposed to sign agreement. This is the state bar rules.
I understand what happened. What are you giving me?
Okay, I'm just gonna let you know because this is. I just want to remind you.
You don't have to remind me about anything.
Okay, so we all good, I think we settled the case.
We're good if you don't accuse me of things. That's right.
No, you okay? You very okay?
Accusing you of anything.
And thank you very much, Mr. George Walker.
Okay, thanks for coming
Today-
out. I appreciate it.
Today is April 17, 2013. I'm here sitting with Attorney George Walker and Attorney Albert Prosberg.
And give me a copy of this, please.
I will definitely send you a copy, Mr. George Walker. Or actually,